All right, what is math? Where does it come from? How does it work? Some things we need to know if we're going to understand that are why, if you have a good theory of math, good philosophy, why is math so practical? Why is it universal across different fields of thought? Why is it universal across cultures and places and times? And then we got to grasp for a good theory how we form concepts of math, how our thinking, our epistemology, our logic gives rise to math. A lot of the basic theories out there, I think, are wrong. There's the idea that math is a fiction. The idea that math is symbol manipulation. Nothing more than that. The idea that math is something that deals with a separate realm, like the Platonic idea. You ignore experience, you've got pure reasoning, and math is about that. Or the idea that, like Kant, Immanuel Kant, math is maybe something in our mental structures that gives identity and reality to the world. They're all wrong. One idea that's involved there is separating reason from experience. Reason is an aspect of our consciousness as biological animals that develops out of the perception and experience. It is a way we further process things beyond just the perceptual level. So once we get that and see that we're active participants, we don't passively look at knowledge like maybe Plato thought. We actively make knowledge as we move through the world. We got to get those down. When we got that, and then we get good ideas in epistemology and philosophy, we got to have a good metaphysics, have a good theory of epistemology, good theory of induction, see how concepts are formed, learn about similarity and difference and contrast in forming concepts and inductions, learn about this idea of measurement omission in forming concepts and inductions. We get that and more. Then once we start to look at the work of like Pat Corvini, who's done really good work in the philosophy of mathematics, I owe some of this to her, getting this context and applying my own understanding and thinking. Once we get that, then we can start to see, okay, how do we form concepts of things in math? And we see, we look at things, 3 dogs, 3 cats, 3 trees. We see the repetition of things. That's what we're processing. The same amount of things each time. That's why it's so universal across fields, because you need to just look for repetition. And then that's why it's so practical, because we're measuring and dealing with the world. That's why math is practical. That's why it's across fields. That's why it's across cultures, because no matter where